Hey everyone, I did a quick and dirty version of Let It Be by the Beatles and I had a few requests to do a tutorial of it. So here is a matching quick and dirty tutorial to my version of Let It Be. If you hadn't had a listen, go and have a listen to that. I'll put a link in the description so you can have a listen to what we're trying to play before we put it together. It's quite simple. It's in the same key as the original. We're playing it today on a tenor ukulele. If you play it on a tenor or a concert or a soprano, it will be in the same key as the record. If you're playing on a baritone, it will be in the wrong key, and I don't have a baritone, I'm not even sure which wrong key it will be in, but like G or F. So we are playing it in C, and we're going to use just 4 chords really. We're going to use C, F, G, and A minor, but we're going to use them in some different positions. So we'll do some of this kind of C, where we're playing open strings and we're going to fret the 3rd fret on the A string, or maybe the 3rd fret on the E string, and sometimes we'll mute this one, but they're all variations of that type of C. We'll use the F that's open down here, where we fret the G string on the 2nd fret, we leave the C string open, we fret the E string on the 1st fret, and we fret the A string on the 3rd fret. We're going to use open A, where we are just fretting on the 2nd fret on the G string, leaving everything else open. Chords like that. We'll play with this G, where we have the G string open, the C string on the 2nd fret, the E string on the 3rd fret, and the A string on the 2nd fret. Or we might move the A string up to the 5th fret. Okay, both G chords. We're also going to play a G in this position. So here I am fretting on the 7th fret, and I'm barrying on the 7th fret across everything, and I'm fretting additionally on the 10th fret on the A string. And we're going to use an F 7th chord, where we move the barrier down to the 5th fret, and we fret on the 7th fret on the A. And we'll probably throw in a C that's like this, where we have the G and the C strings open, and we fret the E string on the 8th and the A string on the 7th. Let's go through what we're going to do. So we start with the C position here, and we are muting this because we don't need it yet. And this string here, the E string, is where the melody is. So that we slide up to, we start off on the 3rd, and we slide up to the 5th, and then we ring the 3rd fret on the A string. Then we move to our G, but again we're not going to play the A string straight away. We're going to ring the same note for our melody with the G open and C on the 2nd fret, and then slide up like that from the 3rd fret of the A string to the 5th. Then we're going to move to our A minor shape, but the melody line is on the A string and goes from the 5th to the 7th and back. And then to our F shape, we're playing this chord, but we're going to have the A string on the 5th fret and then play down to the 3rd. So that part. Then we go to our high C chord, where we have open G and C strings, and we fret the E and the A strings on the 8th and 7th fret respectively. So the A string then goes up 1 fret to the 8th to the And then we're going to use our G that is fretting the G, C, and E strings on the 7th fret. And we go down from the 7th fret to the 5th on the A to get the wisdom. Then we slide that chord down to the A. And then we do double stops on the C and the E string on the 1st, on the 4th and 3rd. And then the 2nd and 1st. And then open to get our run back. We have our open C chord. We do that twice to make the verse, and then we go into the chorus. And we do that by going to our C, and on the A string we play the 7th to the 5th frets. And notice that I'm deliberately playing this C chord with the E string fretted on the 3rd. To have a C chord you don't need that. But because I'm using the 3rd, this is the 3rd of the chord, so the E in the chord of C is the major 3rd. In a major chord, if you've only got 4 strings, you shouldn't have the 3rd twice, and if I left this open, I would have 2 E's. And it's just a weaker sounding chord than if I do this. I swear I say that in every tutorial. So anyway, we run down to our A minor. So we're playing an A minor chord, fretted on the 2nd fret on the G. And then the C and the E are open, and we have the melody note on the 3rd fret on the A string. And then we're going to just jump up, we'll leave that ringing, and fret the 7th and 10th on the A. And then to our G position, where we barrier here on the 7th, and we're going to have this ready on the 10th, but we're also on the 12th. Our melody note goes to the 12th to the 10th. So it's then we're going to drop to our F major 7th, which is barrier across the 5th, and the A string is going to play on the 7th. But we're going to move off that quick, so it doesn't stay in F major 7th for very long. So and the run is to take that finger off and leave it with a barrier. Then on the E string we're going to fret the 8th and then open, and then we're going to fret the the barrier note. So and then we're going to fret the 7th on the C string, and then back to our C chord. The C chord where it's open on the G and C strings, and then we fret on the 8th and the 7th. And then we carry on our melody with playing the 7th up to 8th and back on the A string. Then to our G chord, which is fretted on the 7th fret on the G, C and E, and on the 5th on the A string. Then 7th to the 5th on the A string. Slide that down 2 frets for your F chord, and then the same double stop run as before, where we do 4th and 3rd, and then 2nd and 1st on the C and E strings. And that's all there is to it in my version. I'm sure there's better things that you can do. If you do have a go at this, let me know. Put a link to your version in the comments if you have any corrections or suggestions for making it better. I'm really interested in that. And if you have anything else you'd like to see me do a tutorial of, give me a shout. Ta!